Whoops. Thank you. Yeah. Oh. Let's see. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajadana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajadana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Brajadana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajracharya Asasatya Shri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jaya Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajracharya Asasatya Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Sikaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shamasundar Radha Sundar Giri Govardhan Ki Yamuna Devi Ki Ganga Devi Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Tulsi Devi Ki Vrindavan Dham Ki Mayapur Dham Ki Sankirtan Yajna Ki Gaur Premanandi all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vastaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 60, text number 38. This chapter is entitled Krishna Teases Rukmini. Previously it was called Talks Between Krishna and Rukmini. So it has changed. Okay, let's see. Tvam vai samasta purusharta maya palatma Yad vanchaya sumatayo vishvijanti kritsnam Tesham vibho samuchito bhavata samaja Pumsa striyas chavataya sukotu ginorna Tvam samasta purusharta maya palatma Yad vanchaya sumatayo vishvijanti kritsnam Kesham vibho sumuchito bhavata samaja Pumsam striyascha vatayo sukadukinorna Please chant. Paramasta Pumsastriyas chavatayo sukatu kinorya. Pumsastriyas chavatayo sukatu kinorya. Ladies, oh, Tesham vibho sumuchito bhavata samaja From you, by indeed, samasta, all, purusha, of human life, artha, of the goals, maya, comprising, phala, of the ultimate goal, atma, the very self, yat, for whom, vanchaya, out of desire, sumataya, intelligent persons, vishrijanti, discard, kritsnam, everything, tesham, for them, vibho, O omnipotent one, samuchita, appropriate, bhavata, your, samaja, association, pumsa, of a man, shriya, and a woman, cha, and ratayo, who are attracted to each other in mutual lust. Sukadukino, who experience material happiness and distress. Na, not. Translation: you are the embodiment of all human goals and are yourself the final aim of life. Desiring to attain you, O all-powerful Lord, intelligent persons abandon everything else. It is they who are worthy of your association, not men and women absorbed in the pleasure and grief resulting from their material lust. What did you say? Oh, mutual. Sorry, mutual lust. Please read together. You are the embodiment of all human goals and are yourself the final aim of life. Desiring to attain you, O all-powerful Lord, intelligent persons abandon everything else. It is they who are worthy of your association, not men and women absorbed in the pleasure and grief resulting from their mutual lust. Purport by the followers of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Here, Queen Rukmini refutes Lord Krishna's statement in text 15 of the same chapter. That's Yayor Atma Samam Vitam Janmaishvarya Kritir Vavaha Tayor Vivaho Matricha Naro Note Adamayo Pachit. Marriage and friendship are proper between two people who are equal in terms of their wealth, birth, influence, physical appearance, and capacity for good progeny, but never between a superior and an inferior. In fact, only those who have given up all such material conceptions of sense gratification and have taken exclusively to the Lord's loving service can understand who their real friend and companion is, Lord Shri Krishna himself. Om Jnana Timirandasya Kananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Das Vedantikam. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Now, what we're hearing today is Sri Rukmini Devi refuting Krishna's arguments we've been hearing lately. So this purport, this was what Krishna said. This was a quote from Lord Krishna in this chapter from text 15, saying how marriage and friendship, they're proper between two people who are equal in terms of their wealth. Just think about it. Wealth, birth, influence, physical appearance, and capacity for good progeny, but never between a superior and an inferior. So, Lord Krishna, so that's interesting. It says, like superior and inferior qualities, persons who possess those, they may live together in a relationship of master and servant or teacher and student, but marriage and friendship are proper only between those of equal status. So Krishna is saying this was a big mistake because we are not of equal status. I, Krishna is saying, am way inferior to you. You are highly qualified in so many ways, and we heard throughout the chapter Krishna stating all of his disqualifications to obtain such a wife. Now, especially in this age of Kali, like yesterday, Omkar Prabhu was telling me about growing up, how there was almost never divorce or anything, because there was support in the different varnas. So people were married according to their varna and according to the, you could say the clan or the tribe that they grew up in, and therefore there was much support from that tribe when difficulties arose. But it's really like almost impossible, like to it's saying to have marriage with people who are equal. Now, first of all, just look around this room. If you were not a devotee, would you be friends with anyone in this room? Maybe, right? I mean, we love all of the devotees, but why are we in a compatible relationship? Because of devotional service. So devotional service, that's what makes the compatibility. And in a marriage also, for devotees, this equality thing is kind of a secondary to two things in a Krishna conscious marriage is first of all, Krishna in the center. We share the commonality of sadhana bhakti. So that is a huge compatibility. And then second of all, commitment, that we're committed to the vows, our initiation vows, and our vows of marriage. So that makes the compatibility, because where do we find equality in terms of wealth, birth, influence, physical appearance, and capacity for good progeny? So, it is possible, and those things could be there, but it's very rare. And here, Krishna, though, Rukmini Devi, she is the supreme goddess of fortune, so it's true that she is very qualified. But she is explaining that you are the embodiment of everything, and others, it says, the who's worthy of your association, only those who have accepted you as the final aim of life. So you're the embodiment of all human goals, she says. But, such persons abandon everything else. They give their wholehearted devotion to you, and that is their desire for the ultimate goal of life. And they're worthy of your association, not men and women absorbed in the pleasure and grief resulting from their mutual lust. So why is it saying that it's grief? And why is it saying, that like such negativity? Because if one has mutual lust, wouldn't that be like pleasurable? But no, it's not pleasurable, because such, like it's explained in Bhagavad Gita, that, like this kind of lust has a beginning and an end, and so the wise do not delight in it because it's temporary. So no matter how much one will be experiencing pleasure in mutual lust, it is temporary and it's always, always disappointing. Now, the goddess of fortune, like she knows that there's no one better, but Rukmini, what amazes me is how she just fainted. She was so much affected by Krishna's joking words and didn't know that he's joking. She really took him seriously, that what? He wants to get divorced in a society where there is no divorce, and telling me, I could have married Shishupal, Dantavakra, the king of so many other kings who are way more qualified. And he said they would just be so madly, they are, and they were so madly in love with you. Believe me, if you would have married Shishupal, he would have worshipped you for life. And instead, you marry a vagabond like me, who, has no fixed varna, like, am I a cowherd boy or am I a prince? I'm not a king. I don't own anything. Why would you want to marry someone like me? That was a big mistake, but better late than never to find yourself a suitable husband. So unbelievable, just unheard of, even of an ordinary couple. But just like Rama Devi, remember the churning of the milk ocean. So many items came from that milk ocean, and they were coveted or given to different demigods to possess them. Just like first thing that came is hala hala. We just celebrated Shiva Ratri. Lord Shiva drank that poison. The poison was churned. He held it in his throat, and so out of compassion, so that others wouldn't be poisoned. He had to consult with his wife when he was approached for doing that service for them, for both the demigods and the demons. And his wife said, well, it's pretty dangerous. Drinking poison means you could die. Even a little bit of poison could kill one. So he's like, yeah, but this is for the benefit of all of those demigods and demons. So even if I die, so what? I don't have an insurance policy, but you'll be all right. My followers will take care of you. So it was a big, big sacrifice. But now when Rama was imagined, she appeared like electricity, surpassing the lightning that might illuminate a marble mountain. So Rama Devi was born from that ocean of milk. So she's also the goddess of fortune. So we see from Srimati Radharani, there are many, many expansions of the goddess of fortune, just like Rukmini and the principal queens of Krishna and the various queens and the gopis. So Rama also, and she was so beautiful, because of her exquisite beauty. So not only beauty, her bodily features, her youth, her complexion, and her glories, everyone, including the demigods, the demons, and the human beings, desired her. They were attracted because she is the source of all opulences. So everyone wanted to possess her. And of course, Bhoktaram Yagyatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suridam Sarvabhutanam Gyantramam Shantam Richtiti. That only Krishna, though, Krishna is the proprietor and the well-wishing friend, the best well-wishing friend of everyone. And Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. So only he is the one qualified to enjoy the goddess of fortune. But everyone wanted. So the king of heaven, Indra, he brought a suitable sitting place for her, and the sacred waters personified came and and they brought water in golden water pots, and everything that the personification of the earth brought all kinds of herbs and drugs needed for installing. It was a whole installation ceremony, and all different personalities engaged in it. So even the ocean, which is the source of all valuable jewels, supplied the upper and lower portions of a yellow silken garment. Anyway, everything, and there was a big abhishek. Now, when this was going on, remember, everyone is desiring her. And so she had this opportunity. It was more or less an informal Swayambara ceremony where she can choose her husband. Now present, there were the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the denizens of heaven, Siddhas. Of course, she wouldn't be interested in the demons or anything like that, but she was scrutinizingly examining them, but she could not find anyone naturally endowed with all good qualities. None of them was devoid of faults, and therefore she could not take shelter of any of them. So she was examining each of those men. Who would I like to marry? So the goddess of fortune, she was thought in this way: someone who has undergone great austerity has not yet conquered anger. Someone possesses knowledge, but he has not conquered material desires. Someone is a very great personality, but he cannot conquer lusty desires. Even a great personality depends on something else, so they're not self-sufficient, self-satisfied. So how then can he be the supreme controller? Because we know only Krishna, Ishvara, Ishvara Parama Krishna. He's the only supreme controller. Someone may possess full knowledge of religion, but still not be kind to all living entities. In someone, whether human or demigod, there may be renunciation, but that is not the cause of liberation. Someone may possess great power and yet be unable to check the power of eternal time. Someone else may have renounced attachment to the material world, yet he cannot compare to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, no one is completely freed from the influence of the material modes of nature. Someone may have longevity, but not have auspiciousness or good behavior. Someone may have both auspiciousness and good behavior, but the duration of his life is not fixed, so he's not going to live a long time. Although such demigods as Lord Shiva have eternal life, they have inauspicious habits, like living in crematoriums. And even if others are well qualified in all respects, they are not devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in this way, after full deliberation, the goddess of fortune accepted Mukunda as her husband, because although he is independent and not in want of her, he possesses all transcendental qualities and mystic powers and is therefore the most desirable. So she placed that garland on him, and they had a wedding there. Now, Krishna says to Rukmini, like she said, he doesn't even desire me, I desire him. Again, like it doesn't seem like an equal match, because look at him, he is everything, the father of the three worlds, and his bosom is the residence of Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. So, how can anybody compare? And he says himself, I have no desire for home and family and wife. He's telling Rukmini, like for me, it's not, I don't need any of this. But why does he do it? He does it to reciprocate with his devotees. And so also, we hear like how Rukmini Devi, she is like ultra conservative and polite. I mean, it's really difficult to be in any relationship and to always be polite and never get angry or annoyed or upset with another person, no matter who. When you're like in close association, but Rukmini really keeps it together. And of course, out of great love, just like when people are madly in love, at least in the beginning, until the grief resulting from their mutual lust manifests. Eventually, it must. But then there's bound to be some kind of a conflict or dissatisfaction. But Rukmini Devi, I only know one incident where she got a little bit upset, and Krishna loved it because again he's been waiting. So Rukmini Devi, she is Chandravali as a gopi. She becomes Rukmini, and Satyabhama is Srimati Radharani. So when Rukmini was in her beautiful palace, once she was there on the veranda, and she had a maidservant named Madhavi, and along comes a palanquin, because remember the whole pastime, I believe it was not that long ago, we heard about the Shamantaka jewel and Satyajit. So he felt now Radha has become, has gone, the sun god has given her to Satyajit as his daughter. So now Satyajit thought, I need to, atone for that great offense of stealing the Shamantaka jewel. But anyway, so now his mother, named Rita, she brings Satyabhama to Krishna. He said, I'm going to give her as a wife for Krishna. So they come on a palanquin, and Rukmini Devi's like, who is that? When they see her, she's so beautiful, and she thinks, oh, now I'm finished. Krishna is not gonna, when he sees her, he's gonna just be head over heels in love with her. He's gonna forget about me. So they bring her bag, and Rita tells her, why she's come, and so okay, because again, there's no envy, because everybody wants Krishna's pleasure. So if Krishna wants this other wife and she's, really gorgeous, then I will just accept that. That's a big thing, polygamy. When one is growing up in a culture of polygamy, they accept it. They know this is what's going to happen. There's going to be co-wives, and so they accept that. Whereas now it's so contrary to our Western culture, even though often, men will have many girlfriends and mistresses, and of course with the demigods, they also have many different maidservants and the kings, and the palaces, but still it's foreign. And in ISKCON, like in the 1970s, remember, at least 4 devotees I know, they entered polygamous relationships and marriages, and none of them lasted. And always the first wife is the one who stayed, and the second wife left. So it didn't work. It only worked in Fiji, right? The devotee there, and the temple president, only he married 2 sisters because his first wife couldn't have children. We see how it's mentioned here, only that's like a huge qualification. It says capacity for good progeny. So he married her sister. And so anyway, that's a little side note here. But when she came, Rukmini said, okay, and she asked the servant, take her bag up to the guest room. And see, she didn't know. Her father told her, you're going to marry the king. She didn't know who the king was. She didn't know it was Krishna. Just that the king, oh boy, like, you know how the girl marries the boy that her father chooses for her. And sometimes she gets a say in it, and often not, just like Rukmini. Although everyone knew she would be great for Krishna, but Rukmini, you know, her brother, often due to political alliances, they will use the girl as a kind of, you know, a barter. Like here, you can marry my sister, you can marry my daughter, and we will form an alliance for war, you know. So it's often girls are traded for political purposes, and unfortunately, but it was very common, we see, in the old days, just like Rukmini. Imagine Shishupal, who hates Krishna, and Shishupal, who, you know, was born to just criticize Krishna and be offensive to him. And so besides that, so then she brings her up and tries to make her feel comfortable, and Krishna's not there. And so then she said, you seem like unhappy. I know it's hard to leave your home and come to a new place, and is there anything I could do? She goes, I'm so unhappy because I don't want to marry any king. I've already given my heart to somebody, and that's Krishna. I've already given my heart, so I don't want to see any man. And Rukmini's like, Jai, like this is great news, so I can hide her away. So she calls Navavrinda, because you know how Krishna, he so much missed Vrindavan that when he moved to Dwarka, Vishwakarma built New Vrindavan. So he built a new Vrindavan there, right next to the palace, you know, like a forest, and it had Govardhan Hill and the Yamuna River and all of the flowers that were native to Vrindavan. But you know what? You think that Krishna would go there every day, don't you think? No, Krishna never went there, because if he went there, he just would cry in feelings in separation of Vrindavan. And I'm not going to get up to the part of Rukmini, but yeah. But anyway, so then, so Rukmini sends her servant to go get Navavrinda, who's the caretaker. Only 2 ladies live in this whole new Vrindavan. They take care of it. And so Navavrinda comes and she said, I'd like you to take, there's a nice bower there, so I'd like you to give that to Satyabhama, because she doesn't want to see any men, so please protect her, take care of her. So they take her and you know, make very nice arrangement. It's a beautiful bower, you know, like a cottage in the woods, and Rukmini is, Satyabhama's quite happy to be there, and then Bakula, that is the close servant of Navavrinda. When Navavrinda went away once, she asked her, "Why are you unhappy?" And so she said, "Because when I was home, every day I worshipped a deity, a beautiful deity of Krishna, every single day, and now I don't have that deity, and I so much am missing him." So then she tells Navavrinda, and she goes, "Really? Well, guess what? we're going to show you a deity. We have a deity here, a deity in this new Vrindavan. She goes, really? So they take her, and there's beautiful flowers along the path, and they come to this sapphire deity of Krishna. It's in a like gazebo. We used to have a round gazebo here, but it's in a round gazebo, and the deity's standing there, and he's beautiful, and he's made of sapphire, and Satyabhama thinks it's really Krishna. So she thinks, oh, Krishna, like Krishna's here, like how much she's been separated from Krishna for a long time, since in her youth when she left. And so now she's so happy, and Nava, Vrinda, and Bakula are like watching her. She really thinks he's real. And then she said, why are you being so cold-hearted? Must be because of that Kastuba jewel. Why? You don't even say anything to me, and you don't even look at me? Like, you're so cold-hearted. How could you be like that? And they're like, Satyabhama, it's actually a deity. It's a statue, a deity. She's there, no. She says, come. Go ahead, feel him. And she puts her hand on his chest and realizes, oh, it's a deity. And then she said, well, I want to dress this deity. She goes, okay, I'll get that cloth, because Satyabhama had sent some cloth as a gift to Satyabhama. She goes, I'll get that cloth. Bakula will go get it. And I want to get those Karnika flowers that we saw on the way. So she goes, and they get the flowers. And meantime, now I'm going to have to finish this at the next class, because in the meantime, very, very rarely, I told you, Krishna didn't go in New Vrindavan. He never went there, but now his friend Madhu Mangal was visiting him, and he said, I want to go there. And very rare that he went. When he went and he saw the, beautiful, when he saw his reflection in the Yamuna, he said, who is that beautiful person? And he said, that's you, that is you. And so then he goes and he sees the deity, and he goes, wow, this beautiful deity, yeah, that's the deity of you. And because what happened was Satyabhama started dressing him. That's when first she dressed him. She got the cloth and everything. She was putting tilak on, and she was crying, and the tilak was crooked. And then she said, I want to go get the flowers. So when they came, Krishna said, who dressed this deity? He's so beautiful. And you could see whoever it was, she was crying, and her finger was crooked. So he said, he said, and then Madhu Mangal said, there's someone coming. You hear? They're coming. Okay. He goes, quickly, help me. Take the deity, and he takes the deity into the bushes. He takes off the deity's dhoti and clothes and puts it on himself. And then he goes and stands there as a deity. And now Satyabhama comes back, and then now she's like, and then even Bakula, she's there, wow, he really does look real. Of course, Krishna's always real, but, in that human-like form. And she's like, wow. And then when Krishna sees Satyabhama, he cannot contain himself. His eyes start moving. They never saw a deity's eyes move like that. All glories to Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga, all glories to Srimad Bhagavatam. So to be continued. Jai. Whoops.
Nice, thank you. Tamaham bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham bhajami Enam kanvandam Aravindanalaya taksham Varhavatam samasitam Buddhasundarangam Kandar Agom Vidamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham bhajami Angani yasa sakalem Priya Priti Manti Vasyanti Panti Kayanti Jiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham bhajami 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 Govindam
Namo Vishnu Pujaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Samanichi Govinday Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacha Nekele Visesha Shunyavane Vasyacharat Desataranay Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Sivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Sivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gaurata Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe, Jai Om Vishnu
We'd like to welcome His Holiness Bir Krishna Maharaj back to New Golokadam. Hey, Bo! And also, let's pray for Mother Krishna Priya. She had successful surgery yesterday, and she's recovering now. So we just pray that Krishna, gives her a fast recovery. And also, I want to remind everybody, it's going to be really nice on Saturday, and we're going to be in Harinam from 4 to 6 in Chapel Hill at our usual spot. And it's a big basketball game that day, so there's going to be lots of students out looking for fun. So we'll give them some fun with Harinam. Chaitodarpanam marjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam Shreya Kairavya Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhi Vardhanam Pratipanam Pranamrita Swadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrapitani Amita Smaranena Kala Etadrishita Vakripam Bhagavan Mamapi Dordaiva Midrishami Hajjani Nanuraga Trinada Pisunichena Tarora Pisuhishuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadaram Najanam Nasundarim Kavitam Vajagadisha Kamaye Mama Janmani Janmani Ishvare Bhavatad Bhaktir Hoitaki Twai Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddha Kribayata Vabada Pankaja Stita Duli Sadrashim Vachintaya Nainam Gadashu Daraya Varanam Gad Gaduradaya Gira Pulakarnishitam Vapukada Tavanama Grahane Bhavishyati Yugayatam Namishena Chakshusha Pravashayatam Shunayatam Jagat Sarvam Govindam Virahename Ashlishivapadam Ratam Rastumam Adarshanam Marmahata Karotuva Yatatava Vidadatulam Pato Mat Prananatastusa Eva Napara. Victory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. Oh, my Lord, congregational chanting of your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. Oh, my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking of oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death.